Hey guys, Meow, it's Cat here, and today I have another story to read. This is a Neito Monoma story called I Don't Hate You, and this is by GooseIsHere on Wattpad. I will be leaving a link in the description down below for their page, and I hope you all enjoy the story. You were the sweetheart of Class 1A. Everyone liked you. Even the hot-headed blonde Bakugo had a soft spot for you. This was because of your kind heart and sweet personality. Whenever someone was upset or was in danger, you would always be there to help. You thought about others before you thought about yourself, basically. All your classmates were extremely protective over you, and if anyone were to treat you badly, let's just say they would all be a bit more than pissed off. Your classmates would describe you as many things, all good, but there's one thing about you they can all agree on, and that's that it's really hard to hate you. Even the students from the other classes thought you were great. However, there was one person that did not think the same as everyone else, and his name is Neito Monoma from Class 1B. It was just an ordinary day at UA. Nothing crazy was happening. No villain attacks. Just another boring day. It was lunchtime and you were walking into the cafeteria with your homemade lunch in hand, searching for a place to sit, when you heard your name being called. You turned to find Kirishima waving you over to their table. You smiled sweetly as you made your way over to their table. Sitting at the large table was Kirishima, Bakugo, Kaminari, Sero, and Mina. You were good friends with all of them, so you don't have a problem sitting at their table. Kirishima and Bakugo scooted over, making room for you on the seat. You smiled at everyone as you greeted them. You were sitting next to Bakugo, which a lot of people would hate to do, but you enjoyed his company and you found his short temper quite amusing. Everyone began eating their food and talking with each other. You were sitting talking about what you would be doing in the hero training class you had next. It's probably just gonna be rescue training. We haven't done a lot of that this year, Kirishima said with a mouthful of food, making you giggle to yourself. Don't talk with your mouth full, you idiot, Bakugo scolded Kirishima angrily. You find it funny how Bakugo will say that he isn't friends with them, but then acts like the mom of the group. Everyone laughed at Bakugo's motherly nature. I don't really care what we're doing, as long as we're not stuck in that god-awful classroom, Sero said with a sigh. I hope we're doing something fun for once, Mina complained loudly. Do you guys ever stop complaining? Bakugo shouted, irritated. You giggled. You can't say much, Bakugo, you say with a playful smirk. As everyone was laughing at something Sero said, you went to take a drink from your water bottle. As you were about to put the bottle to your lips, you felt someone tip the bottle, making it spill all over your uniform. Everyone looked at you in shock, then looked at the culprit of the act. You looked down at your white uniform, then you looked back up to meet the intense blue eyes. Oops, my bad, Monoma said with a laugh. Everyone besides you looked at Monoma with an angry expression. Hey, calm down, guys. It was just a playful joke, Monoma said with a smirk, raising his hands up in defense. Playful joke? Look at listener's uniform. Does that look funny to you? Kaminari said, glaring daggers at Monoma. Bakugo stood up, his fists clenched, and smoke coming from them. You're dead, you copycat bastard, he shouted, about to charge at the still smirking Monoma, but Kirishima stood up, holding his friend back, knowing that he will actually try to kill him. All the rest of the table beside you, who just sat there shocked at what happened, stood up, ready to defend you. Oh, come on. If I was in 1A and I did this, I'd probably be praised, Monoma said, glaring at your friends. The commotion had grabbed the attention of multiple people, including a very pissed-off Kendo, who was standing up from her table, about to make her way over to your table. Before anyone could say anything else to Monoma, you stood up, looking down at your shoes, and took a step towards Monoma. Water was dripping down from your uniform. You sniffled and slowly looked up at Monoma with a sad expression. I didn't think it was very funny, you stuttered out, because the water was cold and you were probably going to get sick if you didn't get dry soon. Your sad expression was something new to everyone, and it made everyone's heart ache of worry and sadness. But the person that was aching the most at that time was Monoma. Monoma was speechless. He didn't have a snarky comeback. He didn't know what to do. You just looked up at him with sad eyes. Oh, well, clearly you 1A students find it hard to take a joke. Monoma struggled to speak. Tears began to form in your eyes. Well, clearly you find it hard to be a nice person, you shouted back, tears beginning to fall from your eyes. Monoma's eyes widened at the sight of you crying. Then you ran out of the cafeteria, tears running down your cheeks. Monoma watched you run out, regret covering his face. Monoma? Copycat bastard! Shit, he thought as he ran for the door of the cafeteria. Monoma searched the halls for you for about 5 minutes before he found you sitting on the ground next to a radiator, obviously trying to get warm. Monoma sighed in relief knowing you hadn't left the building. He slowly walked towards your shivering form. You pressed your knees to your chest and rested your head on your arms, which were on your knees. Monoma knelt in front of you. You looked up to see who it was and gasped when you saw who it was. Hey, Monoma said quietly. You looked at him properly, and you could see by his body language that he was nervous, unlike his usually confident demeanor. Hi, you replied back. Monoma took a deep breath. I'm really, really sorry, he said quickly. You were shocked. You'd never expect Monoma to apologize to someone from 1A. You stayed quiet for a moment to see if he'd continue. He sighed in irritation. You definitely hate me. More than you already did, he shouted at himself. More than you. I don't hate you, you said suddenly, surprising Monoma. What? Really? He asked, making sure you weren't messing with him. You giggled at his reaction and shook your head. I never hated you. I just think you're a bit silly when you talk about our class, you giggled. Monoma stared at you in shock. But the water, You apologized, and I forgive you, he smiled. Monoma stared at you with a bright smile on his face that made your heart flutter. Monoma suddenly wrapped his arms around you. Oh, thank God! I don't know what I would do if you hated me, he sighed in relief, hugging you tighter. You giggled, hugging him back. Oh, Monoma, I could never hate you. So I'm in the middle of editing this video, right? And I'm listening to it over and I'm like, okay, so how does the listener just get water on her if you just like tilt the bottle a bit, right? I'm like, you have to do it a certain way. So I decided to test it out. And sure enough, you have to tip it all the way. Because now I did it. And I covered myself in water. It went up my nose. And I'm not having a good time. I don't know why. My brain just went, I wonder what will happen. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the story. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe for my future uploads. Comment some suggestions you would like to see on the channel, or even some things that I can maybe improve on. And yeah, it would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you all later.